mob recognized him these days. Woods beamed in delight. "Detective Lavender!" He shook his hand vigorously. "Well met, sir. It's been too long." "I agree. So, what do we have here?" "We have been searching for this thieving trollop since yesterday." Woods sighed. "It's claimed she stole money from a rich merchant a few nights ago, while he slept in a bed in a bawdy house." "I think I know where the money is, sir," the young officer interrupted from his position on the ground. "I heard the paper rustle when she moved." "Where, lad? Where?" Constable Brown pointed nervously to the woman's ample breasts. "I believe it's down there, between her habit shirt and the bosom of her gown." "Well, get it!" The young man blushed. His hand trembled above the two wobbling mounds of female flesh and the gaping cleavage. "Go on, son!" someone jeered in the crowd. "Give her a good fumble!" There were howls of laughter. "Oh, for God's sake!" Woods snapped. He stepped forward, stooped low, and thrust his hand down the bodice of the unconscious girl. He had a good rummage around. The crowd loved it. "Way! Try the other end! Don't forget a placket!" "I'm glad to see that you've not lost your touch with the ladies." Lavender grinned. Undeterred by the irony of his colleague or the raucous leering of the mob, Wood's ruddy face was a picture of studied concentration. When he finally pulled back his hand from the woman's stained underclothes, he held up a crisp £100 banknote. The crowd around Lavender emitted a sharp collective intake of breath, and the laughter subsided.
"That lash will get more than a whipping for being drunk and disorderly,"
Lavender heard someone whisper. "Is the rest not there?" Disappointment flashed across Officer Brown's face. "No, the trollop must have given it over to someone else for safekeeping." Woods straightened up. "Never mind. If the numbers match those retrieved from the bank, then this should be enough to convict her. Let's get her back to Bow Street." The problem of how to transport the inebriated thief now made the constables pause. Lavender knew that normally they would have clapped her in irons and made her trot behind the horses. "If I sling her over the front of me horse, she'll probably slide off and crack open her skull on the cobbles," Woods commented. "Perhaps I can be of assistance," Lavender volunteered. "I've a hackney carriage standing by, and I'm on my way to Bow Street myself. Place her in the footwell. Woods, tie up your horse at the back of the carriage and travel with me. There's a thing or two I want to discuss with you." Woods nodded, lifted the woman, and carried her towards the hackney. "Caw, she don't half reek," he complained, his broad nose wrinkled in disgust. Woods had no difficulty with carrying the woman. He was as strong and as agile as a 20-year-old. His large build and great strength were fed by a legendary appetite. Woods did have a bit of trouble manoeuvring the woman's dead weight to fit her into the tight space on the floor of the carriage, but he succeeded in the end. The trollop didn't get any more attractive on closer acquaintance, Lavender decided. Her hair was dishevelled and matted at the back like a bird's nest. Woods clambered into the vehicle beside the detective, and the hackney swayed alarmingly with the extra weight. Lavender was squashed on the shallow seat, but despite this he was glad of Woods' company. He enjoyed working with him and made a point of singling Woods out when a case needed an extra pair of hands. Woods was honest, humorous, and had the common touch, a quality Lavender lacked. Besides which, Lavender was not thrown about so much in the swaying hackney now that he was wedged between Woods and the side of the hood. "She's in for a shock when she wakes up in the cells at Bow Street," the constable commented. "What is the full story? Who is she?" Woods glanced down, and Lavender saw pity flash across his weathered features. "She's Hannah Taylor, a known prostitute and petty thief. She's been up to the beak before and went to a correctional institution. She must have thought she'd struck it lucky when she ran into this drunken merchant. He'd just returned to London and was flush with money and well in his cups. While he snored off the drink, Mistress Taylor here lightened his load to the tune of £200. She took a £100